I came to my room feeling dejected. I planned to celebrate Cook's birthday with me and him only, but he's going to celebrate with his friends, and Annie was also there. And I don't want this. I want to be with him tonight. God, please do something. I want to spend some time with my husband. Is that too much to ask for a wife? I prayed loudly with tears. We started to sit in the bed anxiously. After a few minutes, I heard a knock on my door. Who? I asked little harshly. Me? Came from outside, and I immediately realized that the voice belongs to Cook. I stood up and went toward the door to open it. Hmm? I asked as soon as I opened the door. Crossing his arm, he leaned on the door frame, staring at me. What happened to you? He asked, and I just looked down and shook my head. Nothing. Don't lie to me. I saw your sad face at the dining table, he said, and I just looked at him. I don't know how to say and what I wanted to say. If you saw, then you must be figured out what's make me sad on the dining table, I said, and looked at my hand while playing with my fingers. Don't play games with me. You know, I like straight answer. These round talks, I don't understand. He said almost a dreaded tone, and I stepped closer to him and stood in front of him. He stood silently there while staring at me. Don't go. Don't go for tonight party. Please. I blurted out while looking directly in his eyes. Why? He asked while making a straight face. Because I tried off. I don't have any word. Give me a solid reason, then I will think about it. Wait for 12 a.m. You will get your answer, I said with a hope, while he would agree. Why not now? He asked, and I can see that how impatient he was. Everything has a special time, I replied smilingly, and a small smile made its way to his lips. Okay. He nodded and walked away from there. I stood there happy, nervous, and excited. After some time, I looked up at the clock and saw it's 9:30 p.m. It's mean all the people in the house went to their room. I hurriedly went to the kitchen to prepare my surprise. At 11 o'clock, I came to pack my room. After I was done, I hurriedly went to the washroom to take a quick shower. I came out of the washroom wearing a special dress and did a little makeup. I looked at the clock and saw it's 11:45. I wore my long robe and walked downstairs directly toward the kitchen. I took the cake, which I made specially for Cook, and slowly walked toward the room and stood there outside. I was nervous and excited at the same time. I don't know what happened to me, but I couldn't take a step further. I stood there like a statue. You can't back off. You can't do this. Just step forward. I told myself and about to knock the door, but the door flew open before I knocked, and there stood Cook, ready to go. You're going? I asked, and my voice came out a low and a bit painful. He didn't reply, but I know he was going for the party. I thought he wouldn't go at my request, but I was strong. My eyes were getting red. I clapped and about to walk out. I'm going, but I didn't let him finish and say, No, Cook, you can go. Your friends is waiting and more important than me. My voice was cracked and I managed to say that. About to turn, but he didn't let my hand. Cook, it's okay. Can you please listen to me? He cut me off and asked annoyingly, and I just nodded. He sighed. I was going, but I didn't intend to go without asking you. I'm coming to your room to ask the reason why you stopped me, he explained, and I felt relief. Oh, was that all I said? And he was staring at me curiously, and I became nervous again. So, he asked about raising his eyebrow. I took a deep breath before saying something. Take this. I gave him the cake and mentioned him to go inside, and he did. I went inside after him and closed the door behind him. He placed the cake on the small table and turned to me, look at me. So, you want to celebrate my birthday with me? He said, and I nodded. Or if we could celebrate tomorrow with our family. He started, and I turned my back toward him. Something, and sometimes only husband and wife do, and privacy, I said, and I was feeling shy and nervous. What are you saying, Tay? I already told you I don't understand this type of you talk. Tell me clearly, he demanded impatiently, and I was about to say something. When my eyes were catch, the clock was 12 a.m. I turned around and threw it around his neck. Happy birthday, my love. I whispered in his ear and felt it wrapping his arms around me. Thank you. He said, and I placed a kiss on his cheek before pulling back. I waited for Tay to come with his surprise, but he didn't come. It was 11:50, and my friends are calling me continuously. I was already ready to go before I was going out Tim's room and asked for his surprise. But when I opened the door, I saw Tay was standing there with a delicious-looking cake. He looked different. He wore a long robe. His face wore a pretty makeup and lipstick. He looked beautiful and gorgeous. I whispered and pulled back after giving a peek on his cheeks. Let's cut the cake. They said, and I nodded before. When a phone was start ringing and I know it's my friend, I look at Tay and cut the call. I came go after cutting the cake. I thought and went toward the table. They also come and stood beside me. After I cut the cake, I feed him the small piece while he did the same. Cake is delicious. I complimented and took another piece to eat. It's the best cake I have ever tasted. I made it, they said proudly, which made me smile as well. Oh, thank you, my multi-talented boy, I said, smilingly while giving a hug and kiss on his cheek. I pulled back and saw him blushing. So, can I go now? I asked for a few minutes of silence, and he snapped his head toward me. Where? They shouted. For my party. Look, they're calling me. I saw showing his phone, which was continuously ringing. Cook. They tried off, and my phone again would start ringing, which made me frustrated now. Tiong, if you don't have anything to say, then I should go, I said, and walked toward the door. As I opened the door, they called me. Cook, wait. I stopped and signed. They look, my voice was died in my thought. Not only my voice, even my breath was stuck in my thought. My heart stopped, and my eyes wandered. My jaw was dropped on the floor. There was they stood in the black lace, strapped knee, length dress. It was looking beautiful and hot. He nearly took my breath away. It was looking breathtaking. Cook, I heard his voice and snapped out of my daze. And first thing, I was closed the door and locked it. They stood there, trembling, looking down. I started walking toward him and stood right in front of him while staring at him from head to toe, again and again. His creamy legs, his bare hands and shoulder, and his neck making me lose control. What's it, Tay? My voice would come as a whisper. They dried off and started shivering. I walked closer to him. What is it, Tay? I asked again in a whisper, and pulled his chin up with my index finger and thumb and looked into his eyes. My breath had become uneven. Answer me. I know his answer, but I want to hear it from him. Your birthday gift. The breath or out take those words directly into my eyes. You mean they cut me in the middle and cut my face with his small hands? I want to give you myself, my heart, my soul, my body, everything for the rest of your life as your birthday gift. They confessed, smiling, looking at my eyes while his eyes were moist, and I found myself lost in him. I don't know what happened to me, but I instantly hugged him tightly. Closing my eyes, I did it. Finally, I did it. I was so nervous to take off my robe, but when Cook walked toward the room, a voice came from my heart. He's your husband. Nothing is wrong. It's right to go in front of him like this. After agreeing with my heart, I immediately took off my robe. And I did. I wanted to go. That's it. After my confession, he instantly hugged me, and I felt a tear escape my eyes. I don't know when my eyes were full with the tear, but I didn't pay attention and hugged him tightly, wrapping my arms around his. After a few minutes, I felt his hand was start moving my bare back and giving me goosebumps all over. You're looking beautiful, Cook whispered in my ear and placed a kiss there, pulling back. His arm was still wrapped around my waist, and I pulled back his hand toward my chest. So, this dress was in the parcel, he asked, and I looked down feeling shy at my hand which was placed on his chest and nodded my head. Yeah. Without looking at him, he didn't say anything nor, but hi. I can feel that burning gaze on me. I don't know how I was looking, but I know I'm not looking that beautiful. The girl like Annie. I admit insecurely, I know I was not looking that beautiful, but honestly, I want Taekook to look at me like I'm the most beautiful boy. I'm not looking that, he said, and I look up at him. I head for age and see that eyes were burning. Hey, I mean, you look more beautiful then. Don't lie. I know I'm not that beautiful. I turned and back and said my voice would crack before he could say anything. His phone was start ringing and Dad fell in the voice. He left me for them. No, I can't tolerate this rejection, I thought, and heard him saying hello. Hello? I'm not coming. Saying that, I heard him throw the phone on the couch. I didn't turn to him. I heard him sign. And he wrapped his arms around me from behind. You're such a crybaby, Dede, he said, and pulled his chin on my shoulder. I'm not. I went and tried to winkle, but he held me tighter. Don't think, he warned me silently, and I stopped winkle. Then, don't call me crybaby, I said in a low tone. Okay, you won't believe me if I say that. You're the most beautiful boy I have ever seen. Would you? He asked, and I shook my head as no. And I heard him chuckle. Then tonight, I will show you that how beautiful you are. He said huskily and placed a wet kiss on my neck, making me hang on my breath. I can feel his heartbeat fretting on my bare skin. He removed my hair from my left shoulder and placed it on the right. He started running his finger on my neck and my bare shoulder. A cold shiver would run down to my spine. Then he replaced his finger with his lips and started kissing my neck, making me lost in the touch. I closed my eyes and tilted my neck for him. He bit on my neck and I gasped. I felt that. Cook, except my mouth, and he immediately turned to me, toward him. He covered my face, looking directly into my eyes. He asked, are you sure? Look, I'm not going to be angry if you change your mind. I want you to go. But I don't want anything without your consent, he said softly, and saw in my eyes warmed my heart. A smile will appear on my face. You have all my consent, I said, and pulled my feet on his, landed myself and grabbed his face. I kissed his forehead and closed his eyes, and then I placed a kiss on his mouth, both cheeks, iced, and a small kiss on his lips, and hugged him tightly. I buried his face on my neck and then started kissing there. My breath would hardly come out. With that closeness, he pulled me back and looked in my eyes, then to his lips and again to his eyes, knowing if I was okay. I gave him my answer, closing my eyes and leaned up as I felt his lips on mine. He gasped, and I just wrapped my arms around his neck and entangled my fingers in his hair, pulling him closer, and started back with that same softness like he was doing. But that kiss were fast and passionate. He held the back on the hand, with the one hand was wrapped around my waist. He pulled me closer, deep in that kiss. He pulled back after we were completely breathless and put our forehead with each other. Our eyes were still closed, and I felt him running his finger on my bare back. Cook, as I felt his lips on my jawline, and then he pulled my hair straight and my thought on the collarbone. But then I felt him touching my locket and opened my eyes. This locket, it dried off and stared into my eyes. My wedding gift, I replied smilingly. You still have this? He asked surprisingly, and I nodded. This is my birthday gift, given by my husband, and I will wear it till my last breath, I explained proudly, and he returned his beautiful charming smile and leaned his kiss to the locket and moved up to kiss my neck and the bare shoulder. As I felt my knees were trembling and held his shoulders tightly, afraid that I will fall. But he held me tightly. He fell and snaking arms. Don't worry, I will never let you fall. He whispered and picked me up in his arm and looked into my eyes while walking toward the bed. He placed me on the bed and sat beside me. Are you sure? He asked into, and I smiled and sat up beside him and cupped his face. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my soul. I give you my heart and soul and my life. This body is nothing in front of my heart. It's just a formality to make you know that I'm all yours, I said, and smacked my lips on him. and back. I felt that mattress on the back was top of me, pulled away, and looked at me. His eyes were held some other emotion, which I don't know. Maybe he still think that I'm not comfortable. I thought and start unbuttoning his shirt with my snaking hand, only for him to know that I'm on. He froze for a second and then his eyes were slightly wondered. I know he didn't expect me to do this, but I'm doing this because I wanted my cook to be comfortable with me. I want him to know I'm ready for him, and I want him. When I fully unbuttoned his shirt and touched his bare chest with my cold, sweaty fingers, he sniffed for a minute, but then smirk appeared on his lips. Urged much, he whispered while smirking, and I felt my cheeks were pointing and looked down at his chest. He moved back and took off his shirt, and a load of butterflies would start dancing in my stomach. He's mine. He again come on top of me, and I wrapped my arms around him. He pulled and started kissing on my neck, making him groan, and unintentionally were tilted my face. Jungkook's life, I whispered, and smirking in my ear while placing a kiss on his ear. He pulled back and looked into my eyes. You want to play? He asked changelessly in a low voice. I bit my lips nervously and shook my head. No, but now I want to play. Saying this, he pinned my hand, both of above. I looked at him with wide eyes. Leave my hands. I struggled to get my hand free from there, but he shook his head as no. Cook, I want him, but he's married, he said, and I just looked at him wide eyes and leaned down to kiss my feet, and then he crushed his lips on mine, leaving my hands, and started rubbing his hand on my body, and I entangled my finger in his hair. He moved down on my face and neck. He started kissing there, which made me reach toward that collarbone. It was leaving the mark on my body, and I was loving it. I was so lost. I didn't realize that when he took off my, or should I say that, he tore my dress. I love you. I just love you so much, I said breathlessly, kissing my face. He didn't say anything and just staring at me for a few minutes before he held my hand and intertwined our both hands, and then I become all his and he become mine. I just gave my heart and soul, my body. I gave him all my love. I gave him all my life. I was giving him my everything. I love him with all my heart, with everything. I kiss his face all over again and again, telling him that how much I love him. I know Cookford didn't love me back, but tonight I came to know that, indeed, made a special part in his heart. I could feel his feeling, his heart beating, his uneven breath on my every single touch. I loved him all my life, and he was everything for me being. But tonight, I become his something which I wanted him to confess to me. And I know that day will come soon when he will the same. Love is mine, all mine, he claimed, and kissed my forehead. All yours, I said and hugged him tightly. A tear broke safe from my eyes.